Hi there, this is tip 29 in my series of 33 top website tips. My name is Teena Hughes and I have a business called buildawebsitetonight.com. I like to help people, and this series of tips is aimed to give you a quick and easy guide if you are a newbie and you're trying to set up your website and things that you may need to think about. Okay, let's get started by popping over to tip number 29. In this video, we're following on from tip number 28 in regard to press releases, and I just wanted to stress again how important it is to announce your new products, services, equipment, and if you have any stories, if you've got a new story about a solved customer problem or a great way of using your product or service, if you've had a terrific testimonial and the customer said something that you think is newsworthy or that you can share with people, then that's a good enough reason to write a press release. Now, it doesn't have to be long. It can just be maybe 4 paragraphs of information. Now, to make it an interesting story, you need to put a human interest in there somewhere. So instead of just writing a blurb about the product, imagine that you're talking to someone like a friend or a family member, and you wanted to relay an interesting little snippet about someone who's used your product or service or with whom you've come in contact. So you spin the tale, you make it into a bit of a story, and more importantly, you make it interesting. If it's interesting and you captivate the reader, then you'll be leaving them wanting to know more about you. So in your press release, that's what you're aiming to do. Write it interestingly enough so that by the time they've finished reading it, you'll have your little bio at the bottom, and they will want to click and come and do something else by visiting your website. So that's the call to action at the bottom of the press release. Now, when you put your call to action, whether it's on a press release or an article, it doesn't always have to go back to your homepage. So this is an opportunity to track this marketing exercise that you're going to be doing by putting a different URL. So that if you write your press release, you would put the URL of a specific page on your website, hopefully one that continues on the story that you've been writing about in your press release, or one that expands on the product or service and shows them how they can use it to better effect. And don't forget, the bottom line is, if you're in business, most of us are solving a problem or a question that someone else has. So whether we're providing products or services or merely information, we're doing it so that we can solve a problem or a question. Once we can get our head around that, it makes it easier to do this kind of online marketing. So think about it from that point of view. If someone's had a problem, they've contacted you, they've bought your product or service, or you've given them information on how to solve something, that is the story. So you just write that as the story. Then the call to action, they click on it, they pop over to your website to the specific link so that you can track how well that bit of marketing is working for you. And then you give them more information with a new call to action. Once they get to your website, what's the main thing you'd like them to do? You'd like to capture their details, so you give them a sign-up box so that they get more information or sign up for your newsletter. Okay, so that's the key thing that you're doing. You're trying to get people's email name so that you can follow up with them. Okay, so that's it for today's tip. That's the end of tip 29. This is Teena Hughes from buildawebsitetonight.com saying cheerio for now, and I look forward to sharing with you tip number 30, which is tomorrow's tip. Okay, I will be talking to you then. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.